Welcome, everyone. One of the best ways to prepare for the IELTS speaking test is to see it in action. That's exactly what we're doing today with this complete mock test from Spinta. As you listen, think about what the candidate does well and where they could improve. Afterwards, we'll compare notes with a full performance breakdown. Let's begin. Good morning. Can you tell me your full name, please?
Good morning. My name is Liam Carter. You can call me Liam. I grew up in a small coastal town but moved here for university and then stayed for work. I enjoy the balance of city life and occasional trips back to the sea when I can find time.
Where do you live currently? In a house or apartment?
I live in a third-floor apartment in a quiet neighborhood. It is compact but bright, with a small balcony where I keep a few plants. I like it because it is close to work and shops, and it takes me about 20 minutes by bike to the city center.
Do you like your neighborhood? Why is that?
Yes, I do like it. There are parks nearby and a friendly cafe where I sometimes work in the morning. It's calm but not isolated, and the community organizes small events, which helps me feel connected. The only downside is occasional noise at weekends, but that's manageable.
Are you working or studying at the moment?
I am working as a project manager for a small tech company. My job involves coordinating teams, planning timelines, and making sure clients are satisfied. I enjoy the problem-solving aspect and the variety, though it can be demanding when deadlines stack up and you have to prioritize quickly.
Do you prefer working alone or as part of a team?
I prefer a mix. I like having time to focus on individual tasks, but the best results often come from team collaboration where different perspectives are shared. Good communication is key, and I try to foster an environment where people feel comfortable offering ideas and constructive feedback.
What do you do in your free time?
In my free time, I enjoy reading contemporary fiction, going for long runs, and exploring new cafes. I also practice photography as a hobby. It helps me see ordinary scenes differently. On weekends, I often meet friends for a hike or try to visit a gallery if there's a new exhibition on.
Do you think your hobbies will change in the future?
Possibly. As responsibilities increase, I might have less time for long hikes, but I hope to keep shorter activities like running and photography. I would also like to learn a new language, which would change how I spend some leisure time, perhaps joining conversation groups or classes.
Let's move on to the next part. Now I'm going to give you a topic. You have 1 minute to prepare and up to 2 minutes to speak. Describe a place you visited that left a strong impression on you. You should say where it was, what you did there, why you went, and explain why it impressed you.
Last year I visited Porto in Portugal and it left a strong impression on me. I went with 2 friends for a short holiday and we spent our days wandering the narrow streets, tasting local food and visiting small museums. We took a boat trip on the Douro River, which gave us a unique view of the colorful buildings. I have visited there last year and felt the atmosphere was relaxed but vibrant, with music and conversation spilling into the evenings. The architecture and the food combined felt authentic, and I appreciated how people balanced a lively culture with a slower pace. That trip reminded me why travel is valuable. It opens your perspective, teaches you about simple pleasures, and offers a break from routine. I also tried speaking a little Portuguese, which was challenging but enjoyable.
Right. Why did the architecture stand out to you?
The architecture stood out because of its variety and character. Old tiled facades, Baroque churches, and narrow alleys contrasted with modern art spaces. The buildings felt lived in, not polished for tourists, which gave the city an honest, textured quality. That made every walk feel like discovering a scene in a film.
Let's move on to part 3. How do people in your country usually choose holiday destinations?
People choose holidays based on a mix of factors. Many consider budget and travel time first, then activities they enjoy, like beaches or cultural sites. Social media and recommendations from friends now play a big role too. Environmental concerns are growing. Some prefer closer trips or sustainable options. though convenience still often wins.
Do you think travel habits have changed recently?
Yes, travel habits have shifted. There is more interest in slow travel and authentic experiences rather than ticking off landmarks. Technology makes planning easier, so people customize trips more. After recent global events, some travelers favor domestic or short-haul trips and pay more attention to health and flexibility in bookings.
What are the benefits of traveling alone compared to in a group?
Traveling alone allows complete freedom to choose an itinerary and reflect privately. It can be more immersive and encourages meeting locals. Group travel offers companionship, shared memories, and sometimes lower costs. Both have value. Solo trips build independence, groups provide social support and shared convenience.
Some say travel is a luxury. Do you agree?
I think travel can be a luxury, but not always. It depends on how it's done. Short local trips or budget travel can be affordable and accessible. However, long-haul travel and frequent holidays are luxuries for many. The important point is making travel meaningful rather than extravagant.
If someone could travel anywhere without cost, what would you advise them to do first?
I would advise them to choose a place that challenges their assumptions, perhaps a culture very different from their own. Experiencing unfamiliar customs and languages broadens perspective more effectively. If I would have known how transformative certain trips are earlier, I might have chosen more diverse destinations when I was younger.
Thank you. That is the end of the speaking test.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity.
The candidate demonstrated Band 8 level performance. Notable grammatical errors included saying, I have visited there last year when it should be, I visited there last year, and saying, if I would have known when it should be, if I had known. These slips were occasional and did not disrupt communication. Fluency was smooth with natural discourse markers and only brief hesitations. The candidate self-corrected once and maintained a steady pace. Vocabulary was precise and varied, using terms like immersive, authentic experiences, and slow travel appropriately. Grammatically, the candidate used complex structures accurately most of the time, though there were very few slips in conditional and past tense forms. The Band 8 score is justified because communication was clear, vocabulary sophisticated, pronunciation natural, and only minor errors appeared in complex constructions. What prevented a higher score were the occasional incorrect conditional and a past tense slip. To reach the next band, the candidate should eliminate these rare lapses by reviewing conditional forms and past tense usage under time pressure. Thank you for practicing with this IELTS speaking mock test. Visit Spinta for more comprehensive mock tests and personalized feedback to boost your IELTS score.